Let me ask you a question. In a world that worships hustle and grit, have you ever felt like your mind is running a marathon you never signed up for? Have you ever laid awake at night, your thoughts racing, your heart pounding, your muscles wound tight as a coiled spring, wondering if anyone else feels this way? Let me tell you, you are not alone. And what you are feeling is not a sign of weakness or failure, but a human experience, one that far too many people suffer in silence, shackled by stigma and misunderstanding. Welcome, my friend. Today, I want to speak directly to you. I want to cut through the noise of a culture that tells you to get over it, or stop worrying, or just toughen up. Too often, voices around us dismiss mental health struggles as if they are nothing more than a blip on the radar of life, a passing cloud, when for many it feels like a permanent storm. But I see you. I hear your struggle. And I want you to know, anxiety disorders are as real as the beating of your heart or the air in your lungs. They are as real as diabetes, as real as any physical ailment you can name. They deserve recognition, respect, and above all, treatment. Let me share something I've witnessed time and again from people just like you, strong, capable, resilient individuals who come to me describing a quiet torment, an endless loop of worry, nights of broken sleep, muscles pulled tight with tension, and minds that just can't seem to focus. Yet so many hesitate to seek help. Why? Because our society tells them their pain is invisible and therefore insignificant. Because insurance doesn't always cover mental health care. Because past experiences, being dismissed, minimized, or ignored, have taught them to believe that reaching out is pointless. Because of the fear that admitting to anxiety might shadow their prospects for future jobs, relationships, or respect. Let's pause right here and call out this lie. Severe anxiety is not a moral failing. It is not a character flaw. It is a health issue, full stop. Just as no one would shame you for having strep throat or blame you for developing diabetes, no one should judge you for living with anxiety. It is a challenge, yes, but it is not your fault. And it is treatable. But before we dive deeper into what anxiety disorders are, let's talk about anxiety itself. Anxiety is not your enemy. In fact, it's a vital part of being alive. It's the ancient alarm bell, the silent sentinel that has guarded humans and animals alike since the dawn of time. When we find ourselves in danger, anxiety rises up within us, sharpening our senses, heightening our awareness, preparing us for the fight or flight needed to survive. But unlike fear, which comes like thunder during a lightning storm, quick, loud, and then gone, anxiety is a slow, steady rain. It lingers, whispering of uncertainty, painting the world with shadows of what if. Now let's take a journey into your brain. Deep inside, nestled like a pair of watchful almonds, are the amygdalae, tiny bundles of nerves that act as your own personal security system. When they sense a threat, they send out an alarm. The hypothalamus picks up the signal and flips the switch on your stress response. Suddenly, your breathing quickens. Your heart races. Your blood pressure climbs. Your body is transformed into a fortress, primed and ready to defend. This is the famed fight or flight response, a survival mechanism that, for our ancestors, meant the difference between life and death. But that's not the whole story. Your brain has a wise guardian, the ventromedial prefrontal cortex, which is the voice of reason in times of panic. Picture standing in front of a tiger, muscles tensed, heart thundering. But then your Prefrontal cortex whispers, wait. That tiger is behind bars. You're at the zoo. You're safe. It calms the amygdala, soothing the anxious storm. The hippocampus, keeper of your memories, chimes in. We've seen caged tigers before and nothing bad happened. It provides context, helping you navigate reality. Yet when someone struggles with anxiety, these systems go haywire. The threat detector is stuck on high alert, the feedback loop falters, and the calming voices are drowned out by a chorus of what-ifs and maybes. The result? Anxiety that never seems to end. Worries that seep into every corner of life, from work to school to relationships. The world starts to shrink as people avoid anything that might trigger the rising tide of panic. And you are not alone in this struggle. Did you know that almost 1 in 6 people worldwide have lived with an anxiety disorder? You are in the company of millions, millions who have faced and overcome the same invisible battles. Social anxiety, panic attacks, agoraphobia, phobias. These are not rare oddities but shared human experiences. And science tells us there are real, tangible changes in the brains of those with anxiety disorders. These are not people who simply overreact or can't handle stress. Their neural pathways, the highways of fear and worry, have become deeply grooved by repetition. The more anxiety they feel, the stronger those pathways become. It's a vicious cycle, one that can seem impossible to break. But here's the truth, you are not powerless. The brain, wondrous and adaptable, is always changing. Neuroplasticity, the ability to form new pathways, learn new patterns, never leaves you. Healing is possible. Transformation is possible. So where do you begin? You start with the basics. Your mind and body are partners in this journey. Nourish your body with good food. Move, walk, run, stretch, dance, whatever makes you feel alive. Rest, truly rest, when your body asks for it. These are not luxuries, but necessities. Meditation and mindfulness are powerful allies. With each slow, deliberate breath, you teach your body to soften the fight or flight response. You anchor yourself in the present, letting anxiety's grip loosen, if only for a moment. But you do not have to do this alone. Therapy is a gift you can give yourself. Cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, is not just talk, it is a guided journey into your own mind. With the help of a trained expert, you learn to spot the thoughts that feed your anxiety. You gently challenge them, asking, is this true? Is this helpful? With time and practice, you rewire your brain. The anxious pathways weaken. The calm, rational ones grow stronger. You become the architect of your own healing. Sometimes, your brain needs an extra helping hand. Medication is not a crutch or a sign of defeat. It's a tool, just like insulin for diabetes or antihypertensives for high blood pressure. Short-term anti-anxiety medications can quiet the roar of the amygdala, giving you space to breathe and heal. For some, longer-term medications provide the stability needed to rebuild and reclaim their lives. What does the research say? Again and again, studies show that both medication and therapy can help normalize the overactive threat response seen in anxiety disorders. The very same brain areas that light up with anxiety can, over time and with the right support, learn to quiet down. Recovery is real. Hope is real. So I want you to pause and let this truth sink in. Anxiety is not a life sentence. It is a challenge, yes, but it is one you can face head on. Like any health condition, like high blood pressure, like diabetes, it can be managed, treated, and understood. There is no shame in seeking help. There is only courage in facing what so many run from. Imagine your life as a vast landscape. Anxiety might be the storm clouds that gather, the winds that howl, the rain that lashes against your window. But storms do not last forever. The sky clears. The sun returns. And you, courageous soul, are still standing, stronger, wiser, and more compassionate for the journey you have taken. Let's rewrite the story together. No more suffering in silence. No more shrinking in the shadows. Stand tall, own your truth, and reach out for the help you deserve. Whether that's talking to a therapist, trying medication, or simply telling a trusted friend how you really feel, every step you take is a victory. If your mind has been a battlefield, know that peace is possible. If your thoughts have been a whirlwind, know that stillness is within reach. If your nights have been sleepless, know that rest will return. You are not broken. You are not alone. And there is a path forward, one paved with knowledge, compassion, and hope. So as you go about your day, remember this: anxiety is not your identity. It is an experience, a challenge, a chapter in your story, but it does not define your worth or dictate your future. Hold your head high. Speak your truth. And know that the world needs you, your voice, your resilience, your heart. Let's build a culture where mental health is honored, not hidden. Where asking for help is seen as wisdom, not weakness. And where every person, no matter their battles, is met with understanding and support. Your journey is just beginning. And I promise you, there is light ahead. Keep going. You are stronger than you know.